Hello and welcome to Nyam Nyam. Let's make this green tea matcha cake. Super food, super delicious. Start by whisking together 3 eggs and 90 grams of sugar. Then add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 30 grams of melted butter, and 45 milliliters of milk. Whisk that all up. Next, sift in 95 grams of cake flour and 10 grams of matcha powder. Mix that in with a spatula, and your green tea cake mixture is ready to pour into a lined cake tin. Bake that at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Once ready and cooled, slice the top off, and then create 4 thin slices. Pop that aside and let's do our second cake mixture. For this we want 250 grams of cake mix, 3 eggs, 50 milliliters of milk, and 30 milliliters of oil. Whisk those together and add 20 grams of honey. Now pour this into a lined cake tin. And bake at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Once your honey cake has cooled, you can slice the top off just as before and create thin layers. There, let's make the icing. For this we need 400 grams of cream cheese and 90 grams of sugar. Whisk those up, and then sift in 10 grams of matcha powder. Whisk it all together. And finally add in 500 milliliters of whipping cream. Give it a good mix. And your cream cheese green matcha frosting is ready. Next, mix together 5 grams of matcha powder with 50 milliliters of hot milk. In a separate bowl, add 200 grams of white chocolate and pour on 150 milliliters of hot heavy cream. Mix until all the chocolate has melted. Then pour in the matcha milk. Blend those two together. Then add 20 grams of melted butter. And finally, 4 grams of gelatin. Mix that in. Now let's compile our cake. First, add a slice of green tea cake onto your plate and spread on green tea cream cheese frosting. Then add a layer of honey cake and repeat, alternating between the 2 cakes. Once you're done, smooth out the edges and coat the entire cake in green tea cream cheese frosting, using a turntable for ease. Smoothing it out. Then simply pour on your green tea ganache. Spreading it carefully to the edges and letting it drip down the sides. Look at that gooey deliciousness. Add a sprig of tarragon for a finishing touch, and there you have it, green tea matcha cake. Now simply slice and serve. Enjoy! For all you matcha lovers, matcha tart is made with only the best ingredients, including 300 grams of melted dark chocolate. Using an instant tart base, we're going to just pour on our melted chocolate, drizzling it on there. Now we're going to use a brush and just coat the entire inside of our tart base with the melted chocolate. Now it's ready, that's going to go in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. Meanwhile, get 100 grams of sugar, 2 tablespoons of matcha powder, 30 grams of corn flour. In a pan, mix them together with 300 milliliters of milk. 200 millilitres of whipping cream also goes into that, and we're going to just mix it up whilst it gently heats, turns a lovely bright green colour. We can whack the heat up and whisk it some more while it starts to thicken and bubble. Then you know it's ready. Take that off the heat, let it cool down, and then you can pour it onto your tart base. Yum! Smoothing it over with a spoon. Now, for display purposes, we're going to just make indents from the outside to the middle using the back side of our spoon all the way around. Perfect. Look at that. Using a food piping bag, we're just going to squeeze on some whipped cream in the middle. And for finishing touches, a few sprinkles of grated chocolate. Gorgeous dark brown colour against the white cream, against the green matcha. Fantastic array of colours, and a sprig of mint. And there you have it. Green matcha tart. I bet you can't matcha this recipe. Even if you tried, it's too delicious. Do you like it cold? Or do you like it hot? Or do you like it green? Well, we've got the options for you. All you need is 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, the same in sugar and the same again in warm water. Whisk it up and keep whisking it until it becomes whipped coffee mixture, a nice light caramel colour. That goes into a new mixing bowl with 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. Mix that up nicely and you have your delicious mochaccino mixture. Now, in a heat-proof glass, we're going to add some hot milk 2/3 of the way, and then we're going to add our whipped chocolate coffee mixture on top. And there you have it, a dalgona mochaccino. Yum! Next up, we're going to use exactly the same ingredients and same proportions, 2 tablespoons each of instant coffee, sugar and warm water. And mix it up until it becomes nice, thick and pale caramel colour. It may take a bit of whisking, so you might like to use an electric whisk to save time. We're going to add some ice into a glass this time and fill 2/3 of that with milk. And our whipped coffee mixture goes on top of that. You can pat it down on the top, make a nice pretty pattern and sprinkle some cocoa powder on top for a finishing touch. Almost looks like an ice cream. Delicious. Dalgona iced coffee. Perfect for a summer's day. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar with 2 tablespoons of matcha powder and warm milk to a mixing bowl this time, whisking it up. Add 60 millilitres of whipping cream. A little bit of naughtiness in there. Mix that together. Whisk it until it is nice and thick. Now we're going to add some ice into our glass 2/3 of the way and fill the same amount with milk. Spooning in our whipped matcha mixture on top. Perfecting your presentation. A fantastic boost of energy. Looking great in green. And there you have it, dalgona matcha latte. Who would have thought it could be so tasty? Look at this matcha mousse cake. So green, so delicious. Start by adding 25 grams of matcha green tea powder and 110 grams of sugar to a bowl. Mix them together. Pour in 200 millilitres of heavy cream. Lovely. Now heat 300 millilitres of milk, plus 8 grams of gelatin. Whisk it until the gelatin has melted. Now pour that into your green matcha cream mixture. Mix it all together. And finally, pour into your mould. We've got a lined cake tin here in the shape of a log. Excellent. We're going to refrigerate that for 6 hours. Once it's set, turn it the other way around and sift on some matcha green tea powder. Look at that. Looks absolutely amazing and healthy too. Simply slice and enjoy.